Okay, our next question will be answered by Dan Jerram, who has 3 minutes, and rebutted by Laura Garay, who has 2 minutes. Concerning economic development, what can New Hartford do to maintain existing businesses and encourage new growth?
We do a ton to support existing businesses and bring businesses to the town. A few years ago, when Hurley Manufacturing thought they were losing Ovation, they came to the town and they asked for help. And the town did everything they could do. Dave came to me and said, what can we do? We worked with our zoning and we created what's called an adaptive reuse zone. That spurred the implementation of what's called an adaptive reuse zone, which brought 30 new businesses to town. This summer, I wrote a recommendation to the state for an award for Mr. Hurley for his change and renovation of the structure. And he was awarded, along with White and Bills, an award for the creative reuse of his property. That's called working together, and that's called leadership. We recruited Alan Borghese to come here. It wasn't to look at Route 44 corridor, it was to look at the industrial park, but it started the conversation, and it ended up bringing 4 new properties online, 2 of which are already built, 2 for sale. 2 or 3 years ago, when that was on before it was developed, it was paying an assessment of $350,000. It's gone up by a factor of 5. It's gone from $8,000 in taxes a year to roughly $52,000 in taxes, with a lot more to go. We don't have a super large commercial district in this town. We probably only have 2 or 3 properties that are accessible. One is the industrial park, which we told you about. One is the Hurley property on the river, and the other is the remainder of the Borghese land on Route 44, with one piece that's owned by the Marandinos. We continue to look for new opportunities and new businesses and try to bring people in. Right now, as we speak, there's an 8,500 square foot commercial building being constructed down in Satan's Kingdom, another new building. As I told you, we've worked harder than anybody to try to bring businesses to town, and it's more than we've had in many, many years. To the point where we really have to try to manage that growth to make sure it's what we want for our town. The days of Victorian shops are over. Every time you click on the internet to go to Amazon to buy something, it changes the nature of retail. So we found success in the service sector. I know it's not something that some people would look at as the ideal, but it's what we could do. We had the choice. Do you want to wait forever for a new development that's ideal, or do you want to grow? And in the building trades, there's something that says building begets building. Okay, as you start, as you draw demand to your town, buildings can be modified, buildings can be changed, but we are finding success here, and we are growing our grand list in a way that's never happened before. And we're doing it, and what you're seeing this year, the success of the last couple of years, is the Brewery Legitimus, DBA Dance, and Northwest Gymnastics. The last 2 years has seen the Waring Plaza, with the Collinsville Antiques, be completely full. Okay, all those retail spaces. I am at zoning meetings almost every other week, going there, and I was there last night, dealing with different issues with the zoning board to try to support them to bring businesses to town. And I think we've been one of the bright spots here where we see more success than many of the towns surrounding us.
I think one of the things that is a very important factor is supporting our local Economic Development Commission and our Business Council in supporting our businesses and not undercutting them or circumventing them to get the job done outside of those commissions. One of the things that Eric and I have talked at length about is revitalizing the Rails to Trails initiative that I have supported in the last year and a half. We haven't met on that in probably 9 months. So we want people to come into New Hartford, to eat at our restaurants, to patronize our businesses, to have a reason to come here. So Rails to Trails is high on our priority list, and also developing the village concept. We have some new things happening in town, but we can't ask people to come and spend a Saturday afternoon for 2 or 3 hours, spend money in our town, when we have traffic going through downtown 60, 70 miles an hour. We have to partner with state stakeholders and maybe federal stakeholders to try to resolve this problem. We've had 4 fatalities in our greater downtown area in the last 12 to 13 months. This is a significant issue for our town. And the only way we can resolve that is by working and collaborating with other partners. The other thing that we have been talking about is how to use our large town events, such as the Brody Summer Concerts, and maybe sponsor a Taste of New Hartford, so we can showcase our local restaurants in the area and get them exposure. I know that EDC, for the last year, Economic Development Commission, has brought in business owners every month to sort of ask them what they need and how they can be better supported. So I see that as a step in the right direction. And I just think that the last thing I would like to say is that in the course of the last few months, it has come to our attention that one of the business owners in town, it's a new business in town down on Route 44, has indicated that they didn't know that they may have had the option to hook into the water system, and that it would have been beneficial for them to do that because it would have allowed them to put in a sprinkler system to reduce their insurance costs. And they were willing to put up $100,000 to do that. So that's come to our attention. These are the things we need to explore if we truly want to attract business in town. Thank you.